There's a winter storm coming this weekend. We're expecting over a foot of snow, but I'm thinking of springtime. I bought an LED grow house, a seedling tray, a bunch of seeds, and I'm about to start putting that together. I'm going to invite you to join me on this journey. This is my first time putting together a video like this, so I want to invite you to come along as I assemble the grow house, plant the seeds in the seed tray. I'll be talking about the seeds that I've chosen, why I'm planting them now, and what my plans are for the garden in the springtime. Just getting my channel started, so this is my first time making a video like this. So it's also a chance for me to learn some of the process, trying to get the information together, get the filming done, find the pieces that make sense, video me doing something instead of just sitting here talking. So there's a lot of interesting things that I'm going to learn on this video that I want to share with you. I'm sure I'll have bloopers at the end. Been watching a lot of Rob the Maritimer, and he always has his bloopers, so I figure as I'm editing this film, I'll grab some of those and put them at the end. I'm going to record a little bit more here, so I have plenty to choose from later, and then I'm going to move over to the desk that I have set up with a light, go through what I've chosen, the different parts and pieces for this project, and then I will open things up and start assembly. I'll take video along the way and assemble all the pieces into something that has a flow and kind of makes sense. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is the bamboo LED grow house that I've chosen to build. This was from Lowe, about $75. Seems like a good stand with some LED grow lights in it. It's made for the size of seedling trays that I'm planning on using. So I think this is what I need. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to open that up in a little bit and assemble everything. I may have some video as I'm assembling it if it seems interesting. Okay, I think I'm all set here at the table to actually do my first unboxing video. Didn't expect that today. Okay, so I've got the kit here. I think this will work. Okay. Directions. Gonna need those. Alright. I think that's everything. Let's see what we got here. I think I can do this. Alright. Looks like it has all the stuff I need. It's a hex key. Looks like there are a couple of screws, so I'll need something for a screwdriver for that part. Okay. Seems simple enough. Ooh, yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, there we go. Okay, as you can see, the instructions are fairly simple. It's putting together a box, putting the lights on top, making sure that it all connects, and we are able to hook up power so that the lights will work. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Always start by assembling all the pieces, figure out what we have. Looks like we have two ends, bottom, top, some side pieces. Not sure how noisy that's going to be. All right, hey, more unboxing. This is probably our grow lights. It smells like there's something else in there. Okay. Like this is the adhesive to attach them. Got the like 3 grow lights, screws, more adhesive. Okay, and this should be all of our hardware. Okay, yeah, we have our screws, power for the light, more adhesive. Okay. Like first step is we're attaching the side panels, 2 bottom side panels on the bottom shelf. Holes will The holes with grooves face outwards, small holes without grooves face inwards. Okay, easy enough. Okay, and we're doing this where it's on the bottom. There we go. Okay, and this is assembled with okay. Yeah, looks like it's the same screws for everything. So, actually, little pro tip when you're assembling something, get a little container, keep all your stuff together. All right. So it looks like we are attaching this one here. This little hex key. Twist that on a little bit, get it lined up. The next one. All right, got that lined up. Screw those in place. There we go, that'll be easier. Curious when I'm making this video how long it's going to take me to build it, and then how long the assembly video will be once I start cutting it. Haven't done this kind of thing before. I know I've put together lots of IKEA furniture over the years, and with those, yeah, you always run into some issue. The instructions are not too bad, but yeah, there's always some trick to it. And yeah, I could have other tools to assemble this little ratchet set with a hex key, little Allen wrench, but let's just use what was in the box just to see how hard it is and make sure we can do this. Okay, first step done. All right, progress. Okay. Next up, side pieces. Okay. So it looks like this is not the same as the other ones. Okay. Once you get going, things start making sense. Okay, let's move a couple things out of the way. Okay. So we want to put the small holes toward this. Oh, wait. Ah, there was another step. Okay, not done with the first step. We need to do that for both sides. Tricky. Sometimes they will give you the ×2. Sometimes it's obvious. This time, seemed like it was obvious, but putting on the other side here. I don't know that I'm going to keep all this footage, so if I'm not talking for the entire thing, that's the parts that'll get cut out most likely, unless I do a voiceover. Or, I don't know. Let's see what else I'm doing here. I guess I should try to keep my face in frame if I can. I'm going to talk. All right, so I guess I can give a little conversation about why I'm doing this. get some good audio, even if I'm not going to include all the footage. And I guess if my mouth is in frame, you can see me talking. So then the voiceover will be a little awkward, wouldn't it? Main thing is I'm getting used to talking to the camera. Still getting used to filming myself. Finally got a clip-on mic, which is right there. Trying to keep that hidden a little bit, but it should improve the audio quality. I was using an earbud prior to that, which helped a little bit, but yeah, seemed a good first investment. A $20 tripod, $50 clip-on mic, and just using my cell phone. Not too bad. Okay, making progress. Now we're finished with step one. Okay, next step, just like this goes on the end here. Two screws in there. Line those up. Okay. Well, as we attach this, I guess I can tell a little story. Back during the COVID-19 pandemic, I played a lot of Farming Simulator 19. I went so far as to get a heavy machinery bundle, so I had the nice controller, so it's like I'm actually driving. Had the steering wheel, the gas pedal, the brakes. I don't think I had brakes, just gas pedal. Had a little sideboard where you had all the buttons to control your forestry equipment. Just made the game a lot more interactive. It was, I don't know, my virtual escape during the pandemic. So that planted in me the seeds of wanting to be a farmer. So I guess about a year ago, family had the idea that we should move closer to family. I moved up to Maryland when I was in the military, and we ended up settling here. Schools were really good, so we wanted to stay in the area. Wife ended up changing jobs to where she worked for the school system, so definitely want to stay in the area. But she will have enough years with the school system that she will be talking and telling a story here while I'm trying to assemble it. It's not going smoothly. Okay. Yeah, so the plan is my wife will have her pension in a couple years. I will be 55, and I've looked into it, and I think I will be in a position where I could retire. I have to have some, supplemental income and everything, so it's not like straight retirement, but we were thinking of getting a large plot of land so that we have a house for us, a house for my sister and her husband, and for my niece and her husband. And then some more land so that all of my sister's kids and my kids could build a house there, and we'll have a nice homestead where we can all live in the same area together. So that's the dream. They were talking about wanting to take advantage of the tax benefits of having property. And my niece would love to have some goats. Talked about other animals that might make sense, chickens, simple things. Enough that we can, get the tax benefits of having some agriculture on the property, but no, I had different plans. If we're going to do all that, it's my chance to live that farmer dream. So I've started planning that transition. I want to be a farmer now, which means I have a lot of things to learn. Gardening is my first steps. So this project, I did start a garden this past year, and I'm sure I'll make videos going through all the details of that. Yeah, I want to continue telling the story, but building is getting in the way. So it's kind of hard to build and tell a story. All right, I'll continue the story in a minute. Let's check our next step. Okay, looks like we're putting 2 more at the top of this, and that forms our box. Oh wait, we're just putting 1 at the top, putting the top on, and then putting the other side. Okay. 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 Guess I can continue the story now. I think I know what I'm doing for the next step here. I'm putting in another one of these pieces here. Yeah. Okay, well that really makes it hard to tell a story, doesn't it? Let's start with this one. We can lay it down. Okay. All right. Starting the next step here. I think I can continue my story a little bit. Okay, so I started thinking about being a farmer. No clear plans yet. Not sure what I want to do, what types of crops, what types of animals. I've got a lot of ideas for things I would like to do, but haven't narrowed down exactly what I want to do yet. But I definitely want to do it. It's the dream now. So, yeah, I started a garden. Well, let me back up a step. There was also some tragedy in the last year that kind of drove home the point of, if I want to do something in life, I need to do it and not wait around for the perfect time to do it. My uncle died. My father died when I was 3. He had cancer. So my uncle was his brother, and he was kind of like a father figure growing up. So his passing really, really affected me. And then within a month of him dying, my grandmother died. So I was really fortunate. After my uncle had died, I took some time, traveled around the small town where I grew up. Was already wanting to be a farmer at that point. So it was kind of just a chance to drive around town, look at any place that had meant something to me growing up, anything that had a connection to any farmer, any farming experience. Went to a property where I had worked in the garden with family when I was younger. It was kind of my first experience in, just being out in the field, planting, harvesting, sitting on the front porch with my granny at night, lightning bugs in the air, and we were helping her prepare all the harvest from the field so that she could can it up for the wintertime. Went by and visited a lot of places that meant something to me. And while I was out, I went by and visited my grandmother. I don't know why. It was just, I don't know, had that feeling like I needed to go and visit with her. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on this video being a personal reflection, telling my story, but I guess that's part of why I'm doing this channel. So as I was visiting the town where I grew up, got the urge to go see my grandmother. She was the only person I visited that day. We had a good conversation, told her about my plans to be a farmer. We shared, and I told her all the places I'd visited that day, and she gave me her ideas for things that I should consider in my farming future. And she supported me. She knew I could do it. It's not something I have a background doing. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be something new, a lot of skills to learn, but she believed in me, and that meant a lot. So then when she passed, not long after, that locked it in. I'm going to be a farmer. So I have to figure out how to be a farmer. There's a lot of skills to learn. I I've dabbled in things. I've had experiences with agriculture through my life. I've played a lot of video games, but I don't think those skills are they're not gonna be what real farming is like. So I have just under 3 years before we plan to move. So I'm working on the garden. I'm going to make videos, show my progress with the gardening, learning skills, and that's part of the inspiration for this channel. I'm going to be learning things, and I want to share this journey with others. You may not be on the same journey, but we can go on journeys together. You can experience the things I'm learning. I can share the research I'm doing, the things that interest me, the little skills I'm learning along the way. So this was around April of 2025. I knew I wanted to be a farmer, but I didn't know how to get started. So I started a garden in my backyard. I was fortunate, and there's also a community garden at work. So I had a plot there. So I got 2 places where I could learn skills, plant new things, try out as much as possible. I've also got a whole shelf of books. I think you can see those back behind me. Well, I don't know if that's the shelf. Yep, that's the shelf. There's a shelf behind me you can see that's loaded up with books on farming, forming an LLC, developing a business plan, and just all the details for growing things and rotating crops and all that. So I'm trying to learn all I can. I've taken an extension course, just learned some of the basics, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I know I don't want to be a large commercial farmer. I don't want to be a factory farmer. I want to be a regenerative farmer. I want to have plants and animals to improve the soil. Nice timing. I just got a notification that Millennial Farmer, he's one of the YouTubers that I've watched for years. I just got a notification that he just posted a video. And he's one of my inspirations for doing YouTube and farming. Because I think that it's more than just having a place to grow crops or take care of animals for food. It's establishing a community. It's sharing that agricultural experience with those around us. It's educating people on eating healthy, because that's not what we do in this country anymore. So yeah, I want to be a regenerative farmer. I want to improve the fields, start with, open land and turn it into something prosperous and thriving, and take others along that journey with me and teach them what I'm learning. I want to be able to outreach to local schools. I want to, have them come and experience agriculture there. I want to have educational opportunities on the property, have little events where we come in and, have the local community have a chance to experience what it's like to live on a farm, to grow their own crops, and then give them the opportunity to, identify the things that they would need to do that at home, because anybody can grow something in their backyard. If you have a deck, a porch, a well-lit window, you can grow something. You can experience that for yourself. So, yeah, that's the dream. Okay, I think I'm going to keep building this, and I'll tell more of the story later. Or else this could take all night. All right. So, let's continue building this while I tell the story. What's the next part of the story, though? Now that I'm building something with my hands and trying to talk, it's a different experience. Okay. So, why am I starting a YouTube channel and making a video where I'm talking about farming as I put together a grow house for some seedlings that I'm going to plant in the springtime? Well, as I said, been learning lots of new skills. And in that process, I realized I'm 52 now. All those things I wanted to learn throughout my life, I need to start learning them now. I can't put it off. And I can't learn everything all at once. I keep coming back to that phrase. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So I'm working on another video now about my new approach to New Year's resolutions. And I'll share that in the video, put in a link in there once I release that video. You know what? I was focused on talking, and this part's not supposed to go in there yet. All right, let's take that part off. Okay, as I take this part off, that's another little lesson learned there. You're going to make mistakes. I've been making a lot of mistakes. I don't know what I'm doing. That goes for gardening, for YouTube, for all the other things I'm trying to learn. But you learn from your mistakes. You keep moving on. You grow from the experience. And then, if you're lucky, you share those lessons learned with other people, which is part of what this channel is about. I'm not going to get everything perfect the first time, but maybe I can help you avoid the same mistakes. Okay. Something most guys don't do. Look at the directions. Okay. All right. Yep. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Nope. I skimmed the directions. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Let's move this out of the way. That's kind of nice. Okay. Now this next step is preparing the top shelf. A little bit more involved here. This is starting with this piece. And it looks like we have nails there. Now I guess that's the screw holes. Oh, that's the screw holes for the lights. Ah, starting to make sense. Okay, so we have the top part here. And we have the lights. Oh, I'm going to step away and grab a tool to clip these. Yeah. Okay. Carefully, we'll cut those. Okay. All right. So we have 3 lights attached to the same cord. Now we're going to attach these to the top. Let's see. Let's go ahead and stretch that out, get that out of the way. That's our other piece that's going to go on the front side. Okay, let's get a better idea of what I'm doing here. Take the top shelf piece and add the LED light strips. Attach 50 centimeters of double-sided tape to the back of the LED bar, or use these screws to attach the strips. It's weird directions that it gives you adhesive and screws and tell you you have a choice. All right, so this is where having the cup really helps. Let's put all those in there. Oh no, let's not. That didn't actually open it up. Okay. And those require a screwdriver, which my little multi-tool should have. Just got this over the weekend when I got the grow kits. So let's see. Nope. 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 All right, this thing does have screwdriver, doesn't it? Okay, that'll work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to focus on this one. Okay, looks like there's a left, right. Okay, looks like there are screw holes there, so that's how that's supposed to work. Catch 57 does habitate, or use the screws. Okay. You ever heard the term belts and suspenders? This feels like one of those situations. We have adhesive and screws, so let's use both. Seems a shame not to use it. Okay. Looks like if we apply that here, like so. Put the backing off of there. And we'll line up the screw holes like so. Press that down. And then we're ready for the screws. All right. Yeah, I know I'm not talking right now, but it's because this isn't going very well. Really do need a little screwdriver. Ah, here we go. Figured it out. Okay. I would talk during this, but pretty sure a lot of this is going to get cut out. Yep. I'm wondering how long it's going to take to upload this video before I can start editing it, because it's already at 37 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm at a spot where I can at least talk a little bit while I'm working. All right. So, as I'm assembling this, the idea is to have LED grow lights which are in the right range of visible light. Let's see how to explain that. Okay, so as we're doing this, the LED lights, which that's going to be reversed because I'm using the wrong side of the camera. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'll take a picture and add that in later. Okay, so I'll do a voiceover and explain that later. I'm not going to try to do that while I'm using this multi-tool for putting in screws. That's, I don't know, it's not really made to do very well. Just getting the job done. Yeah, I know it has nothing to do with this, but you notice with the mic I've got, there's a little part that attaches to my cell phone. Thing is, when you put a case on a cell phone, sometimes USB stuff doesn't want to connect. So I had to get creative and pull the Dremel out, trim away some of the case so I could finally get the connection onto my phone so that it would communicate with this new clip-on microphone that I've got. And hopefully the sound quality is better for you. Done a couple of quick tests with it and it seems to be better, but I think it's really going to come down to editing and getting it set up correctly. Still learning the audio, so bear with me while I try to improve things. And as I'm doing this and talking to you, or talking to myself, depends on your perspective. But yeah, as I'm doing this, talking to myself, I'm thinking, hey, this is going to be the rest of my life if I stick to this YouTube thing and document projects and share my journey with everybody. I'm going to be doing a lot of projects on camera, talking to my community through this camera as I learn new skills, try new things. And I'm really curious the kind of projects that you're doing. I don't know who my audience will be yet. As of this point, I have 2 people that have subscribed to the channel. And I am very, very appreciative for those. Got those first 2 subscribers on the first day after the first day I put my video out. And then that video, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it out. I had planned to get that video out all day, all weekend. I was cleaning the office, doing little projects to get ready. I knew what I wanted to say. I'd made a script, and I was not very good on camera trying to read that script or remember the details of the script to speak off the top of my head. Then, later on that evening, took a bath, thought about it for a little bit, and realized that I could not go to sleep that night without making that video, without making a video. It wasn't the video that I had scripted, but I had some practice videos. And they were not great, but they were authentic and honest and capturing my first night trying to be a YouTuber, to be a creator instead of just a consumer. So I wanted to record that, share it, not necessarily for subscribers, but I don't know. I'm old enough now that I'm thinking legacy. I'll have, grandkids someday, and they may want to see, don't know what I want to be called when I'm a grandfather yet, but, when their grandpa started his YouTube channel. And they may look back on those, and it's a little time capsule. Recording that first step toward something big, maybe. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to give up on this. I'm enjoying it way too much. But I don't know where it'll go. I don't know if I'll ever get, more than 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers. I don't know that I'll ever make a dime doing this. I mean, everybody hopes they will. But I don't know. I'm going to enjoy the journey no matter what. I'm going to learn from people that are further along the journey than I am. And there's been a lot of YouTubers I've been watching lately. Old Mike, Rob the Maritimer, Kevin Colby. They've been real inspirations to me as I've been getting started. A lot of good, valuable lessons on what to do, what not to do. And I think part of the advice there is I'm not an expert. Not going to ever claim to be an expert. Most of the skills I'm learning, I'm just getting started. But I may be a step further along the journey than you are. Maybe not now, but keep watching my videos. I'll take a few more steps and I might get ahead of you at some point. Okay. Pause the discussion there a little bit. We have our LED lights. Woo! Making some progress. All right, let's see what's next here. I think I know what I'm doing, but let's check. All right, yeah, install the top shelf. Place LED lights side down. All right, let's see logistically how to do this. Be on camera and not break what I'm putting together. Okay, so it doesn't really say this here, but without doing an extension cord, the cord is only so long. So I'm trying to think of where I want to place this to figure out which side I want the lights to be on. Aha, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same front or back. So I just turn it the way I want it and plug it in so that I have the cord where it needs to be. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, got the piece in place. I can start talking again, I think. You know, I probably should have done this as a live stream, but I don't know that I have enough subscribers to even consider doing a live stream. It'll basically be just me talking to myself, probably, but I still want to get the experience. I'm just not set up to do it. Nope. Back to the hex key. Always use the right tool for the job, right? Okay. So, thinking I should probably break up this video at some point so that I can save it as 2 files or more. Because right now I'm closing in on 47 minutes. Okay. I think I'll finish assembling this, and that'll be a good break point. But yeah, as I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to do things, how to, you know, create a site, how to start your channel, find your niche, how to make thumbnails and edit videos and come up with titles that catch attention, come up with the right tools to help you do your analytics and not get so bogged down in the analytics that you don't make any progress. But yeah, the main advice is get started, be consistent, have fun. All right, it's one of those focus moments. Okay, got that. All right, so I found the next spot here. Okay. All right, so what was I saying? Who knows? All right. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be almost an hour for getting this part assembled, mainly because I took a lot of breaks. This is going to be much shorter when I put it together. Well, I say that. I think there's enough I'm sharing that I'd kind of like to make this a longer video or a series of videos, even though it's something very simple. Ah, my camera is falling over. All right. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay. So as we assemble our little grow house here, having a good conversation. This video has gone in a very different way than I was expecting it to. I'm sharing a lot. All right, that part is done. Next step, put this other piece on and we will have our grow house. Okay. Yeah, this room gets hot. I'm gonna have to do something to have a little airflow in here if I'm gonna be making videos like this going forward. All right, we got that one. One more, and I think we are done. Let's see. I'll say that, and then I can get this lined up to get this in there. There we go. Okay, so as we get to the end of this part of the project, I hope that you've enjoyed the conversation. I know I've enjoyed sharing things with you. And we are done. That is our grow house. Oh, wait, not entirely done. There's more. Aha, yeah, one more step. Let's figure out how to do the next step. Okay, that's, there we go. Okay, and our final step, it's got these little rubber feet that we can place on the bottom so that it doesn't slip off of whatever table or surface that we have it on. Wouldn't want to dump all of our seeds on the floor. Okay, it looks like there's 6 of these. We place them at the corners and then at the center parts. So, okay. Looks like we'll put one here. All right, well, as we're almost done with this part of our assembly and conversation, just want to tell you how much I've enjoyed this conversation. It's part of why I'm wanting to start this channel. Okay. And the final piece. Flip that over. Here, let's take a nice view there. There is our grow house. All right, that was fun. Okay, I've lowered the lights a little bit so we can test this out. We attach the 2 parts of the cord here. And this is the part that goes to the outlet. Let's give that a quick try. And let's see. Got a power button here. Oh, we have power. And we have lights. Yes. Has a timer. It stays on different durations. I'll look at the details, but we have our grow lights there. Now we just need to set up our tray, set that in there, put our seeds in there, and wait for the plants to grow, and wait for springtime so we can put them in the ground. Yeah, we have maybe a foot or more of snow coming over this weekend. So should be fun. All right, let's stop there and I'll prep to move on to the next step.